Hey guys, I hope you're all doing really well. I'm a little cosplay and this is how I maintain my wigs after every use. So here is the wig after wear. I've sectioned it off and I've pinned it on a head right over here. It's very tangly in the back. So we're gonna brush it. So I've already brushed out this section. The nice thing about it is that this wig is still keeping its curl even after I've brushed it out. And for comparison, this is what I'm dealing with. So once I section off the hair, I just spray it with my mane and tail tangles and knots solution. It actually really works for wigs. And then slowly, starting from the bottom, I will brush it all the way up to the root of the actual hair. So here is the back of the wig brushed out. I definitely find that at the base of the neck is where it really tangles for me the most, so I took extra care to brush it out there. And again, it's retaining its curl pretty well, so I won't recurl it until probably the next time that I wear it and I brush it out. So here is the one side brushed out. Once you're brushing your hair, if you come across big knots, just take it very slowly. Don't just pull on the hair because you're just going to pull out all your hair from the top. Just very gently kind of work it out. Sometimes I use my fingers to kind of split little knots apart, and then I just continue slowly brushing it around until it's nice and smooth. Hi, Onyx. Oh no. He did not like that. Okay, so here is half of the wig done. It's very silky because of the mane and tail spray. I actually really recommend this for synthetic wigs. Aside from making them soft, it makes them silky, so it's easier to detangle after you've already used the spray. And also it retains most of the curl. I can definitely recurl it if I want to, but I actually like the looser curl a little bit better for Gamora. And here is the part that I haven't done yet. Obviously it's very tangled over here, but even here where it's not that tangled, like the wig does not feel nearly as soft and silky as this side. So I definitely recommend to use the spray. It really helps to detangle. If you saturate the hair in a bunch of the spray, it's very easy to just brush it out all the way up. I've only been at this for like, I don't know, 10-15 minutes. So a good tip to remember when you're brushing out the individual strands, once you're starting from the bottom, just hold the mid of the hair very strong. So once you're actually brushing it from the bottom to the top, it's not pulling it out from the root of the wig, because then you're just gonna lose a lot of hair. So if you come across little tangles like this one, instead of trying to pull it with the comb, pull it apart with the comb, just use your fingers because it's much easier to just kind of like pull them apart, and the tangle will actually go away pretty quickly and you can just brush it. I forgot to mention that when I'm combing out, I'm usually combing out the inner side first, so pretty much this is how I hold it when I'm combing it out. I don't know if other people do that. This is a personal preference. I just find that on the inner side of the wig, it gets more tangled, and that's the more problematic side. So I usually detangle that side first, and then I go on top and brush it out nicely. So here is the final product. I love how it turned out. Every time I brush out a wig, I have this satisfying feeling. It looks almost like I just took it out of the package and I shook it out. And it does not look like I wore it for a full day of a convention and it was all matted and tangled everywhere. For long and not to say unstyled, but wigs that don't have, you know, hairspray and glue and spikes and all kinds of stuff like that. So for long wigs like this, I definitely recommend that you brush them out after every use, because it will definitely keep your wig looking nicer for a longer time. I have definitely made the mistake to you know, not brush my wigs out and wait until they're very, very matted, and then I have to like sit there for an hour and a half trying to brush them out. It really ruins the wigs. It will definitely strain the fibers a lot more, and they either end up breaking or they end up getting pulled from the actual wig. So definitely recommend that you brush them out after every use. It's much easier. It only took me 15 minutes versus like an hour and a half of a fight with a wig that I'm just destroying. So this is all of the hair that came out of this wig after brushing her out. I'm surprised more didn't come out because I hadn't brushed it out before I wore it. And, you know, there's already loose fibers that are in your wig once you get it from the manufacturer. And I never got rid of those before I wore it. So I thought that there was going to be more fallout from this brushing through. But actually, there was. I never gave a review for this wig, so I'm just gonna talk a little bit about it. I got it from eBay. It was relatively cheap. I think I only paid like 25 bucks or something for it. It's you know, no lace front wig, but it's definitely nice for what it is. The fibers are nice and smooth, pretty strong. You can definitely use some heat on this wig to style it if you need to. It wasn't as shiny. It's a little bit shiny now because I used the mane and tail spray, but I really don't find it to be very distracting and almost like fake looking. I think it's kind of natural looking. I really like the part on top. The part is I think why I chose this exact wig, because it looked very natural in the picture, so I decided to get this exact wig for pretty much that reason, and also how well they've done the fade on this wig. And lastly, this wig is very thick. There's quite a bit of fibers, and I haven't seen any bald looking spots, so that's a A+ in my book. I actually can't believe how cheap this wig was, so great job. And he is much nicer now. If you maintain your wigs, you don't need to wash them very often. And I definitely like that a lot. Washing them is quite a big hurdle for me. This is the store I got them from on eBay. They have little instructions on how to wash the wig. It definitely says that you should maintain it regularly, which I definitely agree with. Good job for putting that in there. And to store them, I just put them in their original bag with the wig cap, and I just put it in a drawer. I hope you found some helpful tips in this video. Like and subscribe for future cosplay content, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!